First, they provide the investments, the investment capital, and the brains for the formation of new businesses. Businesses that hire people. Businesses that send millions of paychecks home each week to the unrich. Second, the rich are a wonderful object of ridicule, distrust, and hatred. Nothing is more valuable to a politician than the envy most Americans feel for people with more than they. Envy is a powerful emotion. Envy can be even more powerful than the emotional minefield that surrounds Bill Clinton when he greets a new covey of White House interns. Politicians use envy to get veto votes and power, and they keep that power by promising the envious that the envied will be punished. The rich will pay for their fair share of taxes if I have anything to do with it. The truth is that the top 10% of income earners in this country pay a ridiculous amount of all income taxes collected. I shudder to think what those job producers would be paying if our tax system were any more fair. You have heard, no doubt, that in America the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Bull! That statement is provably false. The government's own numbers show that the poor actually get richer and the rich in large numbers get poorer. Let's assume, though, that this rich get richer bit is true. For some of the rich, it is true. Why? Because they keep doing the things that made them rich in the first place. Ditto for the poor. The rich keep saving their dollar bills, while the poor keep spending theirs. Speaking of the poor, you should know that under our government's definition of poor, you can have a $5 million net worth, a $300,000 home, and a new $90,000 Mercedes completely paid for, a maid, cook, and valet, and $1 million in your checking account, and you can still be officially defined by your government as living in poverty. Now there's something you haven't seen on the evening news. How does the government pull this one off? Very simple, really. Determine whether or not some poor soul is living in poverty. The government measures one thing, just one thing: cash income. It doesn't matter one bit how much you have, how much you own, how many cars you drive, or how big they are, whether or not your pool is heated, whether you spend the winters in Aspen and the summers in the Bahamas, or how much is in your savings account. It only matters how much income you claim that particular year. This means that if you take a 1-year leave of absence from your high-paying job and decide to live off the money in your savings account and checking accounts, while you write the next great American novel, the government says you are living in poverty. This isn't exactly what you had in mind when you heard these gloomy statistics, is it? Do you need more convincing? Try this. The government's own statistics show that people who are said to be living in poverty spend more than $1.70 for each dollar of income they claim. Something is a bit fishy here. Just remember all this next time Dan Rather puffs up and tells you about some hideous new poverty statistic. Why has the government concocted this phony poverty scam? Because the government needs an excuse to grow, to expand its social welfare programs, which translates into expansion of its power. If the government can convince you that the number of poor is increasing, it will have an excuse it needs to sway any electorate suffering from the advanced stages of obsessive-compulsive compassion disorder. I'm about to be stoned by the faculty here. They've already changed their minds about the honorary degree I was going to get. Sure, Kermit got one, but I'm not holding my breath. That's okay, though. I still have my PhD in insensitivity from the Neal Boortz Institute for Insensitivity Training. I learned that, in short, sensitivity sucks. It's a trap. Think about it. The truth knows no sensitivity. Life can be insensitive. Wallow too much in insensitivity, and you can't deal with life or the truth. Or wallow too much in sensitivity, and you can't deal with life or the truth. Get over it. Now, before the dean has me shackled and hauled off, I have a few random thoughts. You need to register to vote, unless you are on welfare. If you are living off the efforts of others, please do us the favor of sitting down and shutting up until you're on your own again. When you do vote, your votes for the House and the Senate are more important than your vote for the President. The House controls the purse strings, so concentrate your awareness there. Liars cannot be trusted, even when the liar is the President of the United States. If someone can't deal honestly with you, send them packing. Don't bow to the temptation to use the government as an instrument of plunder. If it is wrong for you to take money from someone else who earned it, to take their money by force for your own needs, then it is certainly just as wrong for you to demand that the government step forward and do this dirty work for you. Don't look in other people's pockets. You have no business there. What they earn is theirs. What you earn is yours. Keep it that way. Nobody owes you anything except to respect your privacy and leave you the hell alone. Speaking of earning, the revered 40-hour work week is for losers. 40 hours should be considered the minimum, not the maximum. You don't see highly successful people clocking out of the office every afternoon at 5. The losers are the ones caught up in the afternoon rush home. The winners drive home in the dark. Free speech is meant to protect unpopular speech. Popular speech, by definition, needs no protection. Finally, and aren't you glad you hear that word? As Augmendino wrote, 1. Proclaim your rarity. Each of you is a rare and unique human being. 2. Use your power of choice wisely. 3. Go the extra mile. Drive home in the dark. Oh, and put up on your television as long as you can. Now, if you have any idea at all what's good for you, you will get the hell out of here and never come back. Class dismissed.